Hello everyone, welcome back to Weaving Web3. I'm here with a really exciting guest, Miro from Development Integration at NEON EVM. So tell us, what is NEON EVM and why is it becoming the next big thing?
Hi, so first of all, happy to be here at ETHCC. Happy to see so much developers, so much interest going around. So yeah, let me start. NEON EVM, in a nutshell, is basically a program on Solana. What does this mean? Basically, we was able to store the entire EVM on top of Solana. How? One of the good benefits of Solana, we can store up to more of executable data compared to other chains. So we can store up to 10 megabytes, so it was entirely possible to store the EVM. EVM is somewhere around 2 or 3 megabytes. And this is how we are very attractive for projects and developers, because all of our state is on top of Solana, and thanks to this we achieve cheap and fast finality, and of course the parallel execution, which is very interested for developers and projects, because as you know, mostly on EVM chains, the order of transaction processing is sequential. It's one by one. But on Solana, the things are on parallel way.
So why would someone want to choose to build on NEON? What's the advantages? Obviously you were saying about the speed and the finality, but what is like the ideal vision of NEON?
Yeah, I think on first view, cheap and fast finality is something that definitely looks attractive, but I think the parallel execution is the key point. Why? Because of the higher transaction throughput. At this time, we see that some EVM chains already face the scalability issues.
Yes.
But the parallel and the C-level protocol on Solana is one way to handle these congestions and so on.
So as a user, what do you want to be seen as the individual user, but as well as if there's developers watching, what would you like them to be building and transferring onto NEON?
I would like them to use, if you're a developer, just come try it out. Why? Because we have a direct composability feature where from our chain you can directly access Solana's liquidity, which means that, okay, this opens the use case for DEX aggregator on our chain, which can not only look for the best outcome of your swap amongst DEXs on NEON EVM, but also send requests to Solana. So through our chain, your hands are wide open to access the whole liquidity on Solana.
Wow. And that's quite a lot. So I'm a degen at heart, so my biggest problem is, especially when I'm moving large volumes, I like to use the native bridge of the project because it's the safest.
Yeah.
But often with optimistic rollups, we have that 7-day challenge period, which is something could happen in that, or I need that fund straight away, and that's the biggest problem. So how does that work with NEON? How quickly can I move my funds from chain A to chain B?
Okay, so it's important to mention, first we have our own native bridge, which is a bridge for SPO tokens between a NEON EVM and Solana, and the transactions are atomic, they're happening immediately. And the composability feature is also async, which means that inside your Solidity smart contract, inside your methods, you can have like, let's say, a request to Uniswap on our chain, and then with a response from this request, you can move on to some other requests to Solana. This is our feature, which is from our recent mainnet upgrade since 3 weeks ago, where we enable inside your Solidity smart contract to basically build up instructions on Solana. Let's say you can build some kind of strategy. Let's say, okay, let's swap USDC against USDT on a protocol on NEON EVM, and take the USDT, the output, and pass it to Solana.
Oh, wow.
So it opens use cases where you can play around with chains.
So what would you like to see being built on NEON right now? If you could say, this is something that's really missing that can take the advantage of it being an EVM and having that Solana capacity, what could you build that's kind of hard or not possible to build right now?
Currently, right now, we face some limitations because we are on top on Solana and we have to adapt to them. But with the time passing, I believe we will overachieve these limitations, and we'll be open for any kind of integration. So far, we have so many integrations that we have faced some issues on the build-up, but we have found a solution for them. So I believe now what we're seeking is more of adoption. I want to see a DEX aggregator on our chain, which is a cross-chain DEX aggregator, not only amongst our EVM, but amongst Solana.
Okay, that's interesting. So would you be saying that you want Neon to be a powerhouse in the DeFi space because it has that access to all these liquidity sources?
Yeah, amongst DeFi for sure, and also for gaming, because if you are playing a game, nobody wants to always sign up transactions and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So this is something that we're currently looking at through parallel execution, maybe account abstraction in the future, where gaming will also be possible on Neon.
Okay, so what kind of game would you be like to see? Is it do you want big time AAA games being built, or is it you're focusing on the indie kind of hack and slashers or click?
I will start with the small games. This
Yeah.
is my personal opinion, just to attract the gamers, and then move on to something big. So, but yeah, let's see. But we really need account abstraction, and let's see. I also see a lot of events here in ETHCC. Most of the talks are around account abstraction. So let's see how it goes and how far we will get.
So how would you abstract in Neon EVM? What would you like to see? Would you like people just be using their Google Drive? Because my biggest problem is when I signed up using Google on one protocol and then I use it on another protocol, I get two different wallet addresses. So I think for me that is kind of a problem right now. How would you solve that?
We currently solve it on the Neon EVM. For example, we are on top of Solana, but you don't have to worry about having a Solana account,
Okay.
Solana balance, and so on. Basically, when you open up an EVM account on our chain, your data is being stored on Solana data account. So when you initiate something on our transaction, the end goal is to broadcast a transaction on Solana, but you really don't have to worry about having a Solana balance, the priority fee on Solana,
Yes.
and so on. Everything is an EVM chain. Basically, our target is the EVM chain, the EVM protocols, and we make the process as easy as possible for you to dive in our chain and benefit from the goods of Solana.
Damn, that's getting my cogs working now right now. But there's big things that could be built because you have that hybrid architecture. So to kind of finish off, what would you say to people right now that you want to attract to your chain?
I would say go to our documentation. First of all, go through the faucet to the DevNet. Just see the costs of yourself. Make your own feedback. Compare us to other chains, and you will see that Neon EVM definitely makes sense. And Solana is something to stay. We are bullish on it, and we are connecting EVM developers to Solana.
Okay. And in 1 year's time, when you come back to talk to me, what would you like to have achieved?
So yeah, definitely. Like I just said, 3 weeks ago, we have provided the mainnet upgrade, which opens the composability thing, where from our chain you can directly access all of the liquidity of Solana. I believe 1 year from now, I want to discuss with you the other way around of composability, where Solana protocols will be able to access our chain.
Okay, that's interesting.
So it's like two-sided composability
Damn.
feature. Yeah.
So you're going to be hitting some big milestones soon then. Thank you so
Let's see.
much. This was Weaving Web3, and thanks for coming on.